Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of It's About Time. You know me, and this is Jared. We're doing an actual reverse of what we normally do today because in 48 episodes, I don't think I've ever done this. So, we're giving this a try today. I think I'll let Jared close the show, and this will be a total role reversal. First off, Happy Halloween.
Oh God, that's what today is?
That's what today is. So if Jared has to get up and go get the kitty some candy while we're doing this episode, you'll know why.
I'm going to leave it up to Sandra to do it. No, I'm not doing it.
Perhaps. Well, alright, then our camera girl can go do it.
Yeah, exactly.
She's cute enough. Okay,
Oh,
so
yes, you
anyhow.
are. Oh, yes, you are.
Don't tell my wife. Anyhow, today we're actually going to do a special little episode that Jared has no idea about.
Well, no, the other one was also impromptu when you did your lesser-known brands.
Yes,
that was impromptu
and
also. And then
I
did a Paul Newman impromptu episode. By the way, speaking of Paul Newman, what happened with the Paul Newman? Do you know?
Yes, a little update on that. It went for, I think, $15.5 million, correct?
17.78 with buyer's premium.
With the buyer's premium.
Yeah.
That's a nice feat that auction house.
Highest price for a wristwatch ever sold.
Jared did have that on Facebook,
Facebook
Live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go check that out.
Where the heck did you actually find that?
Oh, it was on like the Christie's Facebook and HomeDinky.com and all that stuff. Yeah,
okay, cool.
Well, he's just not cool enough to know.
No, that's just, Jared has all that inside information.
Yeah.
But anyhow, today we're going to play a little game called In or Out.
In or out.
In or out, and I don't mean sexually. So we're just going to go with the actual game. So get all the kinkiness out of your mind.
I didn't know that there was a sexual game called In
That's what I'm just saying. But right now we're going to say in or out. Okay?
I didn't say it, he did.
What I have here are 10 brands that we have since we're coming on the year anniversary since we first did this show.
A year.
A year.
Wow, that's a little
Almost
pathetic. And we only have, 38 subscribers? Oh.
Hey, some of our episodes have over 2,000 views on it. So keep it coming, guys.
One in the hot tub, right?
That's getting there. So anyhow, I have 10 different pieces, part of 10 pieces of paper. And underneath these papers are names of watch brands. My question to you is, and we'll both have a vote of in or out.
Okay.
Kind of what they do on Shark Tank after somebody gives them a pitch. Okay? And the reasons why you would be in or out. So you give the reasons, and then at the end of it, you tell whether you're in or you're out. If somebody were to give you one of these watches today to add to your collection...
Are these specific models or just brands?
No, just a brand. A watch from one of these brands, would you, and in would be to keep it into your collection, or out would be to sell it. Okay? So, if these were given to you as a gift, I will let you pick the first one.
Since this one's sticking out more than the others, I'm going to choose it.
Okay.
Chrono Swiss. Okay. So obviously this is a brand that we saw at the watch show, Watch Time New York City. Also read my fair amount on them, and haven't really had one on my. Well, I guess at the watch show we had them on the wrist.
Yes,
okay. As much as I like this brand, it's a cool brand. They do a lot of really fantastic pieces. They're a bit different. Their designs are amazing. Me personally, I would be out from this brand. These watches are too large on the wrist. Water resistances, I think it was okay. I don't think it was anything like crazy or major.
5 ATM, I think it was the best.
Oh, they were? Okay. Well, it wasn't terrible. Too large for the wrist, oh, by the way, what's on our wrists?
That's a great point.
Guys, Citizen EcoDrive petrol calendar. That's it. You don't need it anymore.
Concord Centurion. I haven't brought this out in quite a while. Just thought I'd give it a whirl, see how long the battery can go. So, it's still going.
So yeah, Chrono Swiss, I mean, again, I think that they're a brand where their watches are overpriced, personally. This is something that we talked about a lot at the watch show. They charge too much money. You wouldn't be able to get the money back. Too large on the wrist. The positive I'll give them is cool designs.
So you would be out?
I'd be out.
Okay. Yes, in case you guys don't know this brand, Chrono Swiss is a brand, again, from Switzerland. Probably, I think it was started in 1988, was what the guy told me when I asked him at the show. So it's not that old. They do focus on two different types of watches. They focus on regulators, which, as you've seen with my Oris regulator, and they focus on jump hours. I do like that about these pieces. They are, like Jared said, very unique, very cool looking. If somebody were to give it to me as a gift, would I add it to my collection, in or out? I would have to say, now they are very overpriced. You can get half the amount you could with Oris, which would rate them at that.
And a smaller size too.
And a smaller size. But they do have 42s, and 42s would be small enough. If I got the right piece with the right coloring, I would have to say, actually, I would be in. So we have an out, we have an in. So that's the first brand we're going to talk about. Number 2, let's see what we have here. Omega. Jared, what are your thoughts?
No, you go first.
I'll take Omega first. As you know, this is not too hard for me. Omega, the watches that they're making these days, I've studied a lot the last week or so. They still make 38 millimeters, believe it or not.
Which model do they make?
The Constellation is still 38 millimeters. And I've seen a lot of their Constellations, really nice.
However, what's your biggest complaint about the new Constellations?
The new Constellations do detract from some of the specifics that the old ones had. The minute details that you saw, like with the numbers and stuff like that.
Okay, so now are we talking new or old?
We're talking new.
New, okay.
We're talking new watches here. Okay, cool. So if somebody were to give me a new Omega, especially a Constellation, even though my favorite watch I have in my collection is my Omega Constellation, my diamond one, I would be in here as well. This kind of shocks Jared, but I would actually be in.
That's not what you told me a year ago. You were like, hell no, I'd be out.
There's a couple things I do like that they're doing. Number one, at the show, we did show you that that really light blue dial. I think they're on the right track. I know, that's a Speedmaster. But they're on the right track to getting back to triple dates number 1 if somebody were to give
No, they're not. They're not going to go back to that. I would always almost bet on that.
Listen, what's old is always new. When it always comes back around.
No, but hold on. They just revived their Railmaster.
Yeah.
Their.
Why don't you think they would revive a triple date at some point?
Okay. I'm gonna say no. What did the representatives tell us at the show? It is their least popular.
It was their least popular feature to watch. But I bet you they make a limited edition run because these things tend to come back around again. But Omega actually, especially for the new Constellation, which is still 38 millimeters, still small enough. If it was 42, I would say no. But since it's still 38, I found a few pieces that are really different looking, and I would add it to my collection. So I would say in.
All right,
Jared?
I'm a little torn on this one personally. My cons with this, they are a bit overpriced in my opinion. They really are. I mean, for new watches, you know, Drew and I always talk about that. We're always saying, like, new watches, like this and that. All you're paying with Omega, really? I mean, listen, you get a fantastic movement, I will say that. Is it worth $5,000?
It's not $5,000.
What's the new Constellations going for?
Anywhere between $3,100 and $3,600.
Okay, what do you think it's worth?
What's that?
What do you think it's worth?
You're probably going to get...
No, what do you think it's worth? Not what are you going to get?
If you were to sell it on eBay, you'd probably get... That's what it's worth, whatever it sells on eBay. What
do you think it's worth new?
What is it worth new?
Yeah.
What somebody will pay on eBay, which I'm telling you is between $2,400 and $2,800. Probably for a brand new, not a used, brand new. Which you're probably going to lose 30% of the retail markup value off it. So...
Yeah, I think they're overpriced.
They are.
I remember Drew. I showed Drew like another brand recently. He's like $1,600. It'll never sell for that price point. They have to get it under $1,000. So why do you think Omega can sell a Constellation at $2,500? Brand new. So it's just the name.
Their name.
Yeah.
Their history.
So I mean, I'm still torn. I think that they're expensive. Would I personally own one? I mean, I have. You know, I like them. They're simple. Again, they're a nice size. So. I would probably say yes. I mean, I just wish that the price would be a little bit lower.
I hear you.
Know, but yeah.
Okay.
Should I take the next one?
Go ahead. Fire away.
Oh, yeah. One's sticking out. Wemmy. Interesting. So again, this was another brand.
At the watch show.
From the watch show. You know, again, part of my problem with them was, it's like, Nothing bad. You know, it's like Tourneau kind of brand or whatever it is. Their watches were large. You know, a lot of these watch manufacturers, you know, minus Omega, they're making these watches too large, and I thought that their prices were beyond high, even higher than what Omegas are. This one, I'm out. I'm just going to say that. It's as simple as that. I mean,
they don't have massive distribution. You can't find a lot of people to fix these. They are a German brand. They're not that old, so they don't have a big history to go with them. Yes, if somebody gave me one of these for my collection, for all those reasons, I have to agree with Jared. I'm out. So that's a quick little.
Take the next one.
I'll take the next one.
Fast.
Yes, some of these are fast.
That was fast.
They're random brands, my friend. Apple. Well, this isn't hard.
I only have one complaint with Apple.
Okay.
I think I only have one complaint.
I'm out. Number one, we've been through this many times. Apple Watches, number one. Now, are they the number one selling watch in the world as of 2017? Yes, they are. Rolex is now number 2. If you guys didn't know that. So it is actually impressive that they've become the number, but it's only because of the new generation and technology.
Here's what they should do. I will say when I would be into this, okay? So we know Frederic Constant and not Apple, Alpina came out with their horological smartwatch. What's the problem with that one? Too large. No one's wearing that to bed. That's a big. And we even saw it at the show. That's a clunk on your wrist, okay? Now, let's see. If Apple only did the same battery system as what Frederic Constant and Alpina did, I'm out though, right now. I
totally
make that improvement.
You can't, there's no way you can buy a watch that you still have to charge every night. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Keep charging
because
that's outdated in our opinion.
Oh, it's
that's
terrible.
Outdated.
I mean, this is what you got with golf watches 5 years ago. I don't think so. I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay, next one I'm going to go with
Here.
is Jared. Go ahead.
Pick up the
Fire away.
Yeah, Tag Heuer. Okay. I may surprise Drew here. I don't know if they make any one of the smaller watches. This company has improved a bit. Jean-Claude River has revamped this brand, part of LVMH group with Hublot as well, Zenith, Tag Heuer. Their movements still aren't anything majorly crazy or whatever, and fantastic. But they've revamped themselves. I think they've done rebranding. I happen to think that their watches are not horrendous, but again, this watch is usually too large on my wrist. There's very few brands that I can really wear where, like 40 millimeters or under. There's not many of them. But Tag Heuer, for their new watches, I would say I would probably be in for their newer ones.
Interesting.
Yeah, they've improved.
Listen, at the watch show, we saw their whole line. They're based on a lot of celebrities. Tom Brady, a lot of motocross, a lot of racing. You name it, they have locked up virtually more celebrities than anybody I can think of for one brand. I will give them that. What I won't give them is the satisfaction that they have horrible reviews when they come to service. They don't last long. They have more problems breaking down than any other brand I've seen. They have come, as Jared said, a little bit better in the past couple of years.
Their newer watches are
They're
really
better,
completely different from what they were.
But they have a long way to go, and I just don't respect them enough ever since Tag Heuer to give them a part of my collection. So for all those reasons, I'm out.
Yeah.
Let's go with
The next one.
JLC. It's funny I would actually pick this one, considering I am in the process of doing a custom JLC. As you know, I changed my dial to the blue face, and what Jared and I found out, we both looked at it after it was done. We were, wow, that's amazing. And then we looked at it again and we said, oh shit, it matches the actual sub-dial hands. So we have to get the sub-dial, I gotta get the sub-dial hands changed to a different color. So it's gonna look like this patriotic watch after I'm done.
Let's go into the new stuff.
But JLC with their new stuff.
I don't care if it's new or old with this company. Let me tell you something. This company has one of the longest histories. When has this company not done anything right?
No. And yes, are they taking some of the stuff away that they previously had? Yes. But they have so many different models. They have so many different designs. And like Jared says, when they do it right. And their history and their...
We're both in.
We're both in.
We're both in. I'm not even gonna go anywhere with
one of the best ones. So
right, let me choose the next one.
Go ahead, fire away.
Yeah, let's see. Grand Seiko. Oh boy. I don't know. A lot of people have been talking about these lately. They're interesting pieces. Obviously, Grand Seiko just split away from Seiko this year. I would say that I'm actually in on this.
Reason being?
Okay. Their value actually holds pretty decently compared to a lot of other brands out there. And they're in fairly high demand right now. They make their own parts. They do so many things in-house. They have... It's like the Swiss version of the Japanese. They make all their own stuff. A lot of people, I see people, they love these watches. Reviews on them are very positive. They're a bit more expensive to begin with, but you have to respect the manufacturing process with that. If things are done in-house, they're going to cost a little bit more money. In terms of servicing, obviously there's not many people. I mean, I think a lot of watchmakers can actually service a Grand Seiko, to be honest with you, because they're fairly popular. So, yeah, I'd say I'm in for that one.
To me, one too many zeros. I've said this many times. I'm going to stay consistent on this. 200, I'd be in. 2,000, I'm out. It's just not, when you're dealing, I'll respect the craftsmanship when you're talking about automatics. I will not respect it when it comes to quartz. It's such a cheap thing to put in a watch. I'm wearing quartz right now, and this movement probably costs $30. All right, the profit on this has got to be astronomical. Kudos for the brand for getting people to spend $2,000 to buy a quartz watch, but it ain't gonna be me. And if it were,
I will say this and defend it when I say it's probably the most advanced quartz movement in the world.
Absolutely,
so, I will say that.
Can't disagree.
I don't think it's a $30 movement.
Okay, fine, $40 movement, but at least. I give the marketing more credit than I do anything else. At the end of the day, it's a Seiko, even though they broke away, and you're going to get that stigma no matter where you go. People will think it's a $50 watch, even though you spent $2,000 for it. End of the day,
okay.
All right.
Take the next one.
I will do that. Breitling.
We're going to have very differing views on this one.
Well, okay, so you guys have seen my couple of watch reviews that I did in the last 10 episodes.
Wait a minute, we should include what? Glowing watch
Glowing watch reviews. This is where I kind of get interested. This is a very interesting call for me. The Galactic was, and that's a brand new watch, very nice piece. Slightly too big for my wrist. This is what's happening with Breitling. They're going bigger, and something I'm disagreeing with. Another thing with Breitling I do not like right now, I looked into their smartwatch. I actually asked when I was at Woodbury Commons.
The Aerospace?
Yeah, no, not the Aerospace. They have a new one out. I forget what it's called. It's their smartwatch. They do have a smartwatch. Here's the problem with it. Number one...
When did this come out?
About 2 months ago.
Okay. Didn't even know.
It's about,
they don't even list this on their website.
Oh, hell no. It's about $8,500. It only lasts...
Oh, wait a minute. The one with the blue rubber strap on it?
Yeah, okay. $8,500.
Never mind. No, 2 months ago? That came out years ago.
No, you find a new one. The new one for this year came out a couple months ago. Right. And you charge time, they only get it to last a day or two. You still have to keep charging.
I have my thoughts on Breitling, so...
So... Yeah. Basically, if it's, to me, Breitling, if it's 5 years ago or older, I'm in. If it's the newer stuff,
about new watch.
I'm talking about, no, as much as I like them for the new stuff, I have to be out.
I'm out. I gotta tell you something. I think that their movements are, okay, they always say, oh, in-house movements, this and that. Breitling is not as good as they say that they are, in my opinion. They're even more overpriced than Grand Seiko is. Let's be real here. Come on. Their quartz movement at $3,200?
Oh yeah, their quartzes are very overpriced.
Okay,
their automatics
overpriced.
aren't that overpriced, but
Their automatics are still pretty overpriced. And to be honest with you, like you said, with accuracy, most of them really don't perform within their specs.
It was too fast for
us. Okay, Breitling, I'm going to say it's very overpriced. Most of their accuracy is not quoted to within their, their tolerances
specs,
or whatever it is. And their watches are ginormously huge. And since that new guy took over, I can't remember his name is, they haven't really done anything with it. I'm out. Alright, I'm out. Let's see this one. Alpina. Too large watches for me. I like the look of them though. I like the plain, simple look of them. I think that they're really nice watches. The crowns are ginormous on these things. But I like how they have different dial colors. I mean, they have different styles and designs, and they're a simple look. I actually happen to like them a little bit. Price wise, they're okay.
They're not bad.
I can't say they're terrible. They're not great.
500 to 1,000.
So yeah, just for the reason, the fact that they're just too big, I'm gonna say I'm out. But everything else, kind of like that.
I gotta go with Jared on this. I'd be out only for the reason that, again, they are a little bit too big. I like what they're doing with the horological smartwatch.
No, I don't like what they're doing with that.
I think they're on the right track. I don't think they're there yet.
They have to bring that down to like a 39 millimeter or something.
That's why I said they're on the right track. They're not there yet. I think in the future, if they went a little bit smaller and they kept, I like the 2-year battery.
The watch is meant to be worn while you sleep and done everything with it. Let's take a page out of Philip Stein's book.
Yep.
Okay? Smaller watches, you can sleep in those.
That's right. So. And if you get smaller, I'd be in. I think it's a nice watch. Simple design, like Jared said. It doesn't remind you of a smartwatch at all. That's why I love it.
Nope.
It connects to your phone. I think that's fantastic.
I guess is the next brand Frederic Constant.
And let's go to our final brand. Rolex. Okay. This isn't a hard one.
I have a few choices.
Somebody were to give me a Rolex tomorrow. I'm not an idiot. I ain't going to sell it.
Okay, I'm going to ask this question. No, it's not about someone giving you one. Okay, we're talking about new watches. Would you buy it new?
I have bought one new, so I'd say yes. I'd still have to say yes across the board here. Rolex is Rolex for a reason. Mm-hmm. They know what they do, and they do it right now. Rolex, unlike a couple of the other watch brands, has not gotten too big in the fact where they still are in the range between 38 and 42 millimeters. So remember, their classic design is still their perpetual date, and that's still there. Okay, so if you liked it 20 years ago, you'd like it today. They have not changed the Submariner in 30 years. If you liked it then, you like it now.
I just have a very big problem with them.
People want to say they're overpriced, but they're the only watch.
Okay, let me ask you this question. If they decrease their prices, do you think that they would then even overtake Apple? Let's just say their price point was cut in half. Do you think that they would sell even more watches?
Yes and no. What makes Rolex is the fact that they can go up that high and that people will pay that value. So
if people are going to pay that and then it goes down half price, don't you think they're going to even sell higher volume?
They did back in the 1960s.
No, I'm talking about now.
Until they went high end.
I'm talking about now.
They'd sell more, but they wouldn't get as much profit, and they wouldn't have the name recognition that they have. You're becoming more like Tag and less like Rolex. The beauty of Rolex.
Do they sell more tags per year or Rolexes per year?
They'll probably sell more tags per year.
No, because remember, Rolex is the largest watch manufacturer by an Apple. Tag Heuer's not. They sell millions of Rolexes a year. They don't sell millions of Tag Heuers.
They do, but what makes Rolex is the fact that not everybody can afford them.
My only problem is the price point on them. If they brought their price point down, because, again, their movements are very, very advanced.
Oh, very good.
Paul Newman, of course, the Rolex, the most expensive Rolex ever.
So would you be in or out?
On the new ones?
Mm-hmm.
But the price point, I'm out. If they decrease the price point, I'm in.
I'd still be in.
I mean, to buy it, that's expensive.
I've already bought a new Rolex.
Would you buy a new one now?
sure if it was the right one. They came out with something totally new that I wanted and I didn't have, and I can only get it new. Sure, I'd buy a new one. Rolex is Rolex. I mean, end of the day, you have to respect them. So anyway, that was our game in and out today.
It was fun.
I thought I'd give you what those type of to see what our thoughts were after a year of doing this show. Which more episodes?
When
are to
is
come.
exactly our 1 year anniversary?
I think it is coming up in 2 weeks.
Wow, so we gotta do somewhat of a special episode.
And believe it or not, I think at that point it's our 50th episode. If we do one in 2 weeks, we do one next week, and we do one week after. That ends. This is episode 48. So that would be our 50th episode. We've done 50 episodes in a year. It's been quite a journey, my friend.
Halfway decent.
Yeah, no, not too bad. We've been a lot of places, from robes
we have.
to NYC hot
tubs
tubs to NYC watch shows
City,
to
whatever it is.
to
I wonder
places.
what next year's gonna bring.
That's the fun part, and you guys get to experience it with us. So don't forget to like us.
So now,
send us Facebook.
Saturday, where are we gonna be?
Saturday, we are going to be at the Meadowlands Racetrack. Talk about timing. We'll be watching to see what time the horses can give us for my birthday party, believe it or not.
What should we talk about then? What do you think? We gotta talk about something then.
We will, and we'll let you know on Saturday. But for right now, Jared, take us home.
Well, guys, listen, don't forget, like, subscribe, email us, do everything. 50 episodes, 1 year anniversary is coming up. We'd love to hear from you. Any questions that you have on our episodes and whatever it is, I don't care, suggest new ones. Let us know. We always love to hear from you. But we will definitely do another episode on Saturday. Maybe that'll be the one right before the 50th. And we'll just kind of go from there. So, listen, thank you guys for tuning in as always. And we'll see you guys next time on another episode of It's a Bad Time.